morning and welcome back. Today going to have a bit of a look around the Tongariro Northern Circuit. It's 45 k's in all. Not sure how much of that I'm going to do today. Just sort of a bit of a recce and a bit of a look and see approach, I think, because I don't want to take on too much, get myself into any trouble. So I'm going to be pretty cautious in my approach, which explains why I've got a big ass bag on my back. It's weighing in at about 4.5 kilos. It's already digging into my shoulders. It's not exactly making for comfortable running, but man, it's an absolute cracking day here today. So I've got Ruapehu here in the background, and then Narahori in front of me, which I'm running towards at the moment. So let's see how it all turns out. Should be a blast. So just past the junction here to where Taranaki Falls, go straight, and I've just turned left to head off towards Mangatapopo Hut. I've started the day a little bit later today, just simply so I could get a chance for the snow to melt. It had a really good dump. I don't know if it was about 20 centimetres or so 2 days ago, so we've had some clear weather since then, and then all of this morning to hopefully get rid of some of the ice and snow underfoot. But as you can see, in parts she's pretty icy, but I've got my EXO spikes, so I can always chuck those on if it gets a little bit worse than this. Down at these lower levels, I'm not expecting it to be too bad, but we'll just see what's in store, eh? Man, this is fun. Key part for me today, obviously, is just making sure that I keep the feet dry. So I'm not that keen on having cold feet from the get-go, so it shouldn't be an issue for this first, I don't know, 10k or so. Won't be until we sort of get to Devil's Staircase and up towards Red Crater, and then possibly on the other side where it becomes more of an issue. But yeah, as you can see, there's plenty of ice and these boards look pretty slippy, so I'm not going to be running out too fast. Oop. There's river crossing. Pretty minor. As you can see, a few people up in front of us dashing the way, which is good. I'll be late enough, give them a chance to clear some of the snow and ice for me. As you can see, it's a little bit muddy in places, but I've got the Cinnamon Speed Cross 6s on, and those things are, whoa, built for the mud. So apart from that little slip, usually pretty grippy, and making light work of this for an old guy. But as you can see, there is a fair amount of flowing water as the snow melts a bit to contend with, and just making sure I don't get too wet. Small price to pay for the joy of running through all the snow and the sights. The key part is just to make sure I don't sort of step off on angles and end up slipping on the ice, because that's really gonna be the thing that sort of brings it a bit of close to the day for us to stumble and have a bit of a bad one. ended up a bit of a track so far, as you expect from a great walk. It's reasonably well maintained. But, overgrown there. Got a few of these sort of small stream crossings, but none that have required to get my feet wet yet. All the slightly larger ones or deeper ones have still had bridge crossings, so so we're coming up to the, not too far from the intersection with the Tongariro crossing, not too far away. Apart from a cold right foot, it's yeah, going pretty well. Calf's a bit sore, but that's to be expected. We're heading up there. Around about there somewhere. Well, well, well. How cool is this? Again. That's about an hour and a quarter to just the intersection here with the Tongariro crossing. That's the way we're heading up Devil's Staircase. Got a little lefty snowman. So I had a little stop and took off the shoe, the right shoe, bringed out the sock, and yeah, I think it's a little bit dry, at least water in there. The toes aren't quite as cold, so hopefully that's going to fix the problem. Whew. Pretty hard going. Think about transitioning to the exo spike shortly. It's starting to get a little bit slippy. It's coming up Soda Springs, I think, from memory, and a bit of a trail behind me of folk I've just managed to get past. Hey. Oh, he's just off there on the right. Conveniently placed toilets. Up the staircase we go. Up through South Crater. Hey, that's pretty sharp. Gorgeous. Look what I found.
Got reception too.
It's a Sherpa.
Hey?
It's a Sherpa. Ah, that's gorgeous. So is that? That's still quite mana, was that?
Yeah, that will be, yeah. Going, it'll be.
And behind, off to the right, to the left, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm struggling to go on the hills, but
Huh?
walking the hills.
Evans to Betsy. That is gorgeous. The top. Off the highway into the off to Tongariro. How to Tongariro. Emerald Lake. Oh, this is going to be a bit slow. never want to be coming back up here. It's pretty fucking steep. If you're wondering, there we go. That's how deep some of the snow is. So she's not just slow going, oops, off the track here a bit, but also hard going. But geez, it's worth it. Whoa! Whoa! Nice fat laugh. Man. Oh, my feet are bloody cold. Pretty cool. The just I don't know, probably about another 2k from the next hut. Tongariro. Coming alongside the stream here. The stream itself is frozen, so just had to do a bit of a leap across it. I wasn't too keen on cracking the ice and getting even more wet feet. Whew. In fact, there you go. Looks like we'll be doing another crossing here, but use that little rock there. Whoa! As you can see, it's better. Whew. Right. It's well marked, I'll give it that. Whoa! But it's also probably not a good idea to come and attempt this when you've had 20 or 30 centimetres of snow in a couple of days ago. I think that's my learning, because there ain't a whole lot of trail running going on here. It's a whole lot of trail sludging and very cold feet. Alright, so I'm honing in on a hut, Tongariro. Yeah, so it's about here that things start to turn a little bit pear-shaped. It had taken me about an hour and 3/4 to run the 12 or so k through to the Tongariro hut turn-off. And the bit you've just seen me, crashing through all that snow, that's only about 4.5 k, but it also took me about an hour to do that. So you can sort of guess it was pretty brutal going, and it had taken a fair bit out of me. So by the time I actually got to Tongariro hut, I was a bit worried about how much daylight was going to be left. And even though I had a torch in my bag, I wasn't that keen on actually doing too much running in the dark. So I sort of decided that I wasn't actually going to film any of the next section, which was going to take me through to Waihohonu hut. Which means, unfortunately, there's no footage of it, so it just means that you're going to have to come out and have a look at that yourself. Needless to say, it actually was very picturesque, undulating. There's a few hills in there, and you get to run through what is quite a lovely beech forest, so make sure you go and check it out for yourself. So, on with the rest of it. Right, Waihohonu hut. Last stretch, like a long one. That's not a bad sight, is it? Pretty cool, sitting here on the deck. The beer would be nice. Unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. Oh, excuse me. Ropehu. Right, 15k to go, but hopefully this will be the easiest running. It's supposed to be reasonably well maintained, so well, hopefully it won't take another third of what it's already taken. Right, what does it say? Good news or bad news? Tongariro Village. That's not so good news, is it? 5 hours and 45. It's a long way. It's a hard slog. A real hard slog. Still got 6k to go. Could, yeah, could go for a coke. I need something to pick me up. I'm actually, every time I go for a little jog, I feel sick. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. It's not great. Can't quite tell how much more sun I've got, but I've got a torch, so worst comes to worst I've always got a backup, but I really want to, if I can, try and complete this before the sun goes down. But we'll see. Oh, fucking rooted, but happy. Oh, need a bit of a debrief on that because that didn't go very well. Yeah, so when I say it didn't go very well, what I really meant was that took 8 hours. I was expecting it to take 6 and it took 8, and by the end I was down to a walk and feeling pretty crap. So what I think I've managed to narrow it down to is that I just didn't take on enough water. So yes, it was arduous and quite hard going, but the fact that I wasn't taking on as much water as I needed to, it probably contributed most to why I fell so flat and why it took me a lot longer than what I was expecting. But anyway, it's absolutely brilliant run. Loved it, and loved it more when I was finished, and thinking back on it on the sort of the week or so afterwards. So certainly keen on getting out there again and running it when there's a whole lot less snow. So hope you enjoyed.